everyone! So to start off this smoky eye, I'm priming my eyes and then I'm taking just a flesh toned eyeshadow to set the eye base, just so that all the eyeshadows on top of that will blend very smoothly. I'm then taking the Morphe 35W palette and I'm taking that brown shade that I just pointed at, and I just applied that all the way through the crease and outer corner. And sometimes when you tilt your brush up like that, it makes the blending easier. So I like to do that every now and then just because it's easier. And then I decided to just apply some tape. You want to apply it in the same angle where you would like apply your liner. Like that's the same angle that you would want to apply the tape. I just took the same color but obviously like more of it. And I packed that onto my outer corner, and then with a different bigger fluffy brush I blended it in. And I like having two different brushes, one to apply the shadow with and then one to blend it out. It makes so that the eyeshadows don't get muddy when you start to use different colors, and the blending process will just be so much easier, and in the end it'll look so much nicer as well. So I then went in with a darker shade, but I didn't show which shade it was. But it was just a very cool toned brown shade in the same palette. It was in the last row. I'm not sure what number though, like whether it was to the right this many or left this many. Anyway, I then took some white eyeliner just on like the inner half of my eyelid because we're going to be applying a different color there. Then I decided I wanted to add some black. So again, I just took a brush to pack that on, and then I took a different brush to blend it. And as you can see, this blending brush isn't as big as the blending brush we were using before because I don't want the black to go all over. I want the blending to be more precise and I don't want it to cover the brown. So you just have to keep on packing on the color and blending it out, and then packing it on and blending it out. Make sure you don't apply too much of the color at first because black is a bit of a harder color to blend out. That's also why we put brown in before, because it'll make the blending so much easier. So yeah, it is a harder color to blend out, so don't apply too much because you can't really take away product, but you can always just add more. So start with a little. And then every now and then I just went back in with that bigger brush and the first eyeshadow we used just to further blend everything out, make sure it's nice and seamless. Oh, and then I blended the black and the white just there on the lid just a bit, because I wanted it to be like a nice transition. And then just continue with the packing and blending. This is the longest like part of this eye look, but if you don't take your time and if you don't make sure you're blending nicely and not messily, then like your entire eye look is just gonna be like change according to that basically. I'm then taking the black in all the way to the inner corner, and then again I'm just softening it out and blending it out. And again, just go in with the bigger blush. I keep on saying blush, I mean brush. Here you can see the difference that the black makes. Of course, you don't have to add black, you can keep it to brown, but I decided I wanted to do black. And then with this shiny palette, I took that silver shade. They have no name, so it's just the one I pointed at. I sprayed my brush with some MAC Fix Plus, and I packed that on in the inner half of my eye. And then once my brush barely had any product on it, I then started to kind of blend it out into the black. I then lined my waterline and my tightline, and this is a eyeliner from Maybelline. I have no idea what I was doing. Anyway, I lined my eyes. I decided not to wing it because the eye shadow was already going to be so sharp since we had that tape on. I mean, of course you can wing it if you want to, but I generally don't really like a wing unless the entire look revolves around a wing. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I just did like a band across my eyelashes, and then I coated my top lashes with mascara. I then took whatever was left over that brush and dragged that underneath my lash line, and then I took the same pencil we used in the waterline and I put that through the lash line, and then I coated my bottom lashes with mascara. I then mixed two foundations, the MAC one and then the Bobbi brown one. All the details will be down below, like the products I'm using. I mixed both of them because I love the texture, the consistency, the texture, and the finish of the MAC one, but the Bobbi Brown one is more of my color, and I didn't have time to go and buy a new MAC foundation in my color, so I just mixed them together, and I applied that on my face, making sure to blend it in and buff it in very well. Then I took MAC Studio Fix Concealer, Studio Finish, I forgot the name, and I applied that under my eyes. Make sure you don't get too close to your lash line because then you're going to ruin the work that we did with the eyeshadow there. So yeah, just apply that under your eyes, get rid of your dark circles if you have any. And then I took some loose powder, this was from Makeup Forever, onto a sponge, and I baked under my eyes with that. And then with a bigger sponge, with a bigger brush, and the same powder, I just dusted that all over my face. I don't know why I didn't show like any of the products I was using. Anyway, I used MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish in dark as a bronzer, and I just applied that onto my cheeks, well, under my cheekbones. Then with a cream to matte blush from Clinique, I just applied that onto my cheeks and then blended it back onto my cheekbones. And the reason I don't just put it on the apples of my cheeks is because I like the highlights, blush, and bronzer all to like flow together. I dusted off the bake under my eyes, and then I went in with Makeup Forever's Compact Shine. I think it's in shade 3. Once again, all the products information will be down below. Anyway, I highlighted my face with that, and then I went in with a more precise brush and just went over the tops of my cheekbones with that. Then with MAC's Stripdown, I lined my entire lips and then I filled them in. And then with NYX, I think these are the matte lip creams. I forgot what they're called, but it's like a liquid lipstick. And this is in the shade Abu Dhabi, and I just applied that all over my lips. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed or learned something new. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram, Miriam's Makeup. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Come stumbling to the ground when she speaks. It's a dangerous fantasy, sets me free. To where